Dime lo que. Captain Zevin here, back at it again with some more One Piece content. Hope you guys are enjoying the videos, and hope you are liking the videos and sharing the videos. Most importantly, comment. Comment on the bottom and share them, please. Helps with the channel in a very big way. And today we are going to talking about just how strong do I think Sabo is. So Sabo off rip came out freaking awesome because we find him in Dressrosa during the Coliseum battles royales that was going on, and he reveals himself to Luffy, and Luffy is bugging out. That was a great scene, seeing him find a brother he thought was long gone. So we knew that he had to be strong. Just if he's a brother, he has to be strong. And he did not disappoint. His hockey game was on point. You know, just off that portrayal alone, I would have said that he was probably the strongest brother. Like, at the very least, at the time of Ace's death, he probably was the strongest one. But you could also argue that Oda was just fleshing out hockey, so it wasn't really fully fleshed out yet. But Sabo's hockey game was, and he's fighting these people. You know, you can't underestimate Bergs because he's one of the Blackbeard pirates. Then there's Diamante, who was a top officer with the Flamingo. Rebecca and Barto were there, you know, but they were on his side in a sense. So now, and it was kind of, and you peep that little moment where Sabo is watching out for Rebecca the whole time as well. So while this battle royale is going on, Sabo just has a moment where he says, "Up, it's time to handle business." Destroys the entire arena with just one attack, just with the claws digging right in. And on top of that is looking for where the fruit is on the fighting fish. Goes over there and says, "Okay, this is mine now." And Diamante was thinking to himself, wait, we weren't actually gonna give that out. I thought it was a fake, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm happy that it wasn't, and it was the real flame fruit. And now we gotta remember that he had no training with that fruit, obviously. He just got it at that moment. And what does he do after? He holds off an admiral, Fujitora, a line of vice admirals, and all the scrubs that were with him by himself. He just makes a wall of fire and says, "You guys aren't passing. Don't mess with my little brother's business. You want to do something? You deal it with me." Remember, normally when there's someone up against an admiral, all the attention's for the admiral alone, and other people are handling the other forces with said admiral. So I would put everything to stop by himself. Everyone was just in place. That's the first time we ever see that. One can argue Fuji's a new admiral and he's kind of different. Doesn't matter. The admiral commands a certain type of respect, and I don't like to think that just because he's a new admiral, that would diminish it in any way. He's an admiral. He had people with him. Sabo stopped all of them solo. That's a pretty nice implication. Again, he just got his flame powers and is fighting on par with Fujitora. Yes, you can make the argument that Fujitora wasn't trying and he wanted to walk away from this going even. Okay, that's fair. But Sabo was still going even with a power he's literally just gotten. I like to think back to the Kaku Khalifa situation where I feel like if Khalifa didn't bother trying to use her power so much, she probably would have beaten Nami. And then with Kaku, I don't know how that fight would have ended up being, but they were both learning how to use their fruit. So that diminishes, in my opinion, the full extent of what they could do. Is just with Kaku, he was able to put a lot more oomph to his attacks. Whereas with Khalifa, it wasn't really oomph going to her attacks. It became more finesse. But that's a story for another day. Uh, Sabo's also the number two in the Revolutionaries. And we have to realize how much respect that should really command. Because we look at Shanks and Ben Beckman. We look at Kaido and King. Big Mom and Katakuri. Dragon and Sabo. Whitebeard and Marco. When it's a big group like this, it there's a certain amount of strength that comes with that. And Sabo is the number two of the Revolutionary. Now, I get why people would undermine it because of his bounty. His bounty is, for his position, his bounty is very low. Just point blank. He has a bounty of 602 million. Whereas Katakuri has over a bill. Ben Beckman definitely does. Marco and King have been confirmed to be over 1.3, and then Sabo's almost half of Katakuri. But you could also make the argument that the world government doesn't want the revolutionaries to get notoriety like that. They want them as on the low as possible because these guys are directly going against them, which the world government, the name makes sense. It's the government. The government does shit that just doesn't make sense. Look at our government. Just they do things that just doesn't make any sense, and you would think they would do one thing and then they go the completely opposite way, and you're just looking at them like, what is wrong with you? And then you can think back to after the Marineford War, and Sengoku's like, oh, we gotta issue out those bounties again, and the guy was like, yeah, the government said no. What do you mean no? Yeah, they don't want the world to think that we're even more of an embarrassment than. And Sengoku's just like, are they freaking stupid? So I feel like all the revolutionaries, I feel like their bounties are all probably just cut low, just because they don't want them to have as much hype as what they probably should have. And to me, that would make sense, especially based off the officers that we've seen and the things that they're achieving. You could argue that those bounties, they're fine, but they're going directly against the world government. It should be way higher. And it would also make sense why Nami. Hello. Robin. Why Robin's bounty is arguably lower than it should be as well. They threw 80 million at her as an 8-year-old. Okay, but for the amount of weight her knowledge carries, that was extreme lowball, in my opinion. But they probably were thinking that they were going to get her quick, and 20 years later, we'll get her one of these days. Lucci's like, don't let her go. Guys, it's okay. You can stop. There's no hope for you. So, I feel that Sabo's strength is still... the bounty just doesn't represent his strength at all, in my opinion. He is so strong that he can tangle admirals off jump, And we have the Reverie Showdown where he was fighting Fuji and Greenbill. Remember, Sabo was the strongest person from the revolutionaries that went there. So him and the officers were fighting the admirals. That's kind of crazy. We only get warlords and really notable pirates that do that. These guys are swinging at the admirals, plural, just to keep that in mind. Sabo is probably, in my opinion, he's up there, right with admiral levels. But our boy Luffy, he's transcending that right now. So I feel like right now, post Wano, the little brother finally is caught with the big brother. But Sabo is strong. I'll put him right there with the admirals. I can't put him above the admirals. I mean, we don't see the proof in the pudding, but I would say Sabo is, top 15 in the whole verse because he's number 2 for a reason, and the people he shows very nice results. But how strong do you think Sabo is? Leave a comment in the comment section down below, like the video, share the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Captain Zevin, out.